Hi. I'm sitting here just, I'm not sitting, I'm standing. Today is, I bet it's the 19th. Sometimes when I bet like that, I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure. I did videos yesterday and it was the 18th. So that's the day I mailed your package. Now, my brain has been over here talking to me. Some people, I don't know. I've heard that when you hear voices, that's a scary thing. Depends on whose voice you're hearing. Now, I'm not hearing it. It's up in my mind because my mind is talking to me. And I mean, it had some really great things to say and stuff. But then I had to go look for my shades and I had to go do this. So I'm going to have to start carrying a notepad around with me so I can write these things down because I keep having these really great thoughts. They're great to me. And I think they're worth sharing. Now, sometimes, especially lately, I've been, what would you call it? I had a word called meander. I've been meandering around without a plan or meaning for my channel, okay? I want to find a way to reach the masses. I want your help. Now, don't think that I'm trying to say I'm all that. However, I am. I don't know how to say it any other way. You need to listen to Mary Lou, okay? And you need to go back to the very beginning of my videos. Now, I don't know how you can do that. I put YouTube on the TV. I put my channel on YouTube on the TV. And it's really cool, so I can listen to myself at a louder thing instead of just my phone or my iPad because that's minuscule compared to where I could reach. So you put me on your TV and you turn it up. And on mine, it's different because on the iPad, you can scroll and you know the names and da-da-da. And I started putting dates on things so you guys could write dates down. If you find something that you really like, make note of it because you'll lose it. Just like I am. Because I'm so busy making videos, I haven't been doing hashtags. And I really haven't listened to myself as much as I used to. I used to listen to everything over and over again. Because I was talking to myself when I'm talking to you. And I like hearing what I got to say. If that makes any sense to you people. Yeah. Cancer diagnosis. I'm in denial because I just don't believe it. But I saw it. I mean, I saw the scan, the PET scan, and the glittering lights. It was like a burgundy purple color, and it was in my spine. Okay. Anyway, there's a vertebrae up there. It's pretty well covered. And this, she told me, my other doctor, the one in Kennewick, she took me over to the machine and she showed me this and that, and she showed me the PET scan, although I wouldn't have known what the heck I was looking at had she not told me. Like my kidneys, I think, were lit up, but she said that's normal. This is a normal thing, okay? But then when she showed me in my back, starting at the bottom, I think, going up, well, I don't know, because she was passing the kidneys, so maybe she went down. But the point is, I saw the glittering lights, and even though they were pretty, they were not, because of what they meant. Now, I need to go do that. I do talk to myself a lot, okay? And it's a good thing. It really is. What are you going to do? Stand around and not do nothing your whole life? If you're alone, you don't talk. If you don't use it, you lose it. I'm not alone. However, I have been. I have spent a lot of time alone in my life. All the lonely people. Isn't that a song? Where do they all come from? All the lonely people. Where do they all belong? It's probably not what he said. And I think that's the Beatles. Oh, look at all the lonely people. Oh, and he said, I think that okay. I wonder if Alexa will play it, and I wonder if that's the name of the song. Oh, if I do that, I'll get in trouble. Okay, never mind. What I mean by trouble is the other day I came to Alexa and had her play a song, but I did it on my channel, on my video here. And then so when I uploaded it, I saw the triangle sign, and then I saw the copyright. So I don't know how to edit in the middle of my stuff. I need to learn. But this was at the end. So I deleted the video, because what's going to happen in the long run is if there are a lot of views, it's not going to count. If there's a copyright on there, it will not count. And I don't know what that means either. I'm learning. And I'm so far away from being monetized, I guess is what they would say. But they're putting commercials on my stuff. I think they do that after you hit 100 views. So there might be a bunch of them that have commercials. And yeah, there's something they're calling premium that you could purchase. And I'm not sure what all that will entail, but it sounded like no commercials, and I would like that. I don't like my stuff being interrupted. You know what I mean? So say you're doing the dishes or you're cooking dinner and it's on the TV and you can hear it really good even if you don't see me. Okay, you can look at me every once in a while. However, I'm very demonstrative, so I do show feeling. And I also talk with my hands along with my mouth. Sometimes I have to. When I'm talking to somebody, I say, look at me. Look at me so I can talk to you. Because, what I can't get out in words, I can say with my hand, maybe. I don't know. That's something to think about. Anyway, my brain has been talking to me this morning, and it was really good. But it's gone. So it's like my dreams, okay? I said I took a notepad to bed because I was waking up 6 times a night at least after dreams. And they were interesting. And so you forget them. So I wanted to write them down. So I started taking a pad of paper to bed with a pen or a pencil, whatever. I think it was a pen. I know that sounds silly. This was up at that house. I lived on 500 acres in a really big farmhouse. The guy I rented the house from ran cattle on the 500 acres. So I don't think it was really his land. I think he was renting it. And then he was renting the house to me or something like that. Or maybe just renting the house, who knows. Nevertheless, cows were around every once in a while. And there was a motocross track in the back, which only was, I don't know how often that was busy, but it was a big deal. I mean, they had a big to-do about it, but I didn't live there during that time. So many stories, I just remembered that. There's stories that's too hard to tell. I mean, it's so intricate and so long, and people can't listen to you. And I already know it, so I don't have to say it. But that house was part of a trippy deal, okay? I don't know if I can make it into a short thing. That guy Marco I've told you guys about, that I was obsessed by, okay? Really was obsessed. But that house and him, he lived in that house. I didn't know that, okay? This is when I first met him. He lived in 2 houses. He lived up there and he lived down by the river in a beautiful place off of Evergreen, I think. Whatever road winds down that's really close to the Columbia River, that's over there by the Cascade Park area. 164th Avenue, I think there's a street you can go down. He doesn't live there anymore, and I don't even know what it looks like there anymore because he lived in a little teeny shack. Kind of like I got in Kansas, a little teeny shack. That's all you need. I mean, especially if you're single, right? Your bedroom, your kitchen, your living room, your bathroom. Tiny house. Large lot. Yeah, gotta figure that out. I did call about getting an ad in a paper over there, and I talked to a lady for quite a while. Very nice. I've got her cell number, and she shot me a good deal. And she said it didn't matter how many words. I said, really, because what I was trying to find out is what's it going to cost? How much per word? How much per line? What's the deal? And I told her I have a lot to say about that house. Anyway, she shot me a deal, man. And she said it didn't matter how many words. I said, are you sure? So I've got to work on that. I got to have that to her by tomorrow at 3. She's in Hayes. She's at a paper in Hayes, which is about an hour and a half down south of Downs. Now, we were trying to figure out, she's only lived over in that area in Hayes for 4 years, so she doesn't know all the places around. She knew some. So I kept shooting out some that she might recognize, you know. So those of you over in that area, I don't know. Those of you who want to leave the city, I got a killer deal for you, man. You should hit me up. That little house with very little money can be a nice little cottage or cabin. It was used before me as a hunting cabin, and it was just full of beds. Like the living room has 2 hide-a-beds that fold out, and then in the bedroom there were 2 twin beds with a little hallway between them, so there was one on either side. Because remember, that room's only 9 feet wide, but it's 13 feet long, so it leaves you some room for dressers. As far as I know in my mind, I've got a chest of drawers, and then the long dresser, not a mirror, in the bedroom with a bed. When we left so quickly, and we had all those dogs. And we had 2 dog trailers and 2 vehicles. So when we were able to leave, because I had been on probation and so had Joe, when we were able to leave, mine was for a misdemeanor, and really I shouldn't have had anything. So you guys be careful who you're married to, because, you know, the 2 become 1. And you get in freaking trouble for what the other one did. And then you got to pay a fucking fortune. And I will say that word. Because my God, what those people have done to me. And what you did too. Anyway, that was for one person, and he knows who he is, and you guys probably do too. But, you know, you pay for the sins of another. That ain't right. So, where was I? See, I'm going to go out for a walk here in a second. And I was looking for my shades, and I couldn't find them. And right now, I see the sun coming out. I can remember taking my shades off so I could see. But I don't know what I did with them. And I've been looking in my bedroom. But maybe they're... I kind of remember taking them off so I could see something. But where was I? It's not in my different places that I'm usually at. So, and I haven't been in somebody's car. So I think, this is my own thoughts, I think the cat knocked it off somewhere, and I got to look in a different place. Does that make sense? I need to open this bottle of water. Maybe I can put you there while I open it. I let go of my hands. I'm feeling silly today, okay? I don't know why. Sometimes, you know, there's a mixture of feelings that a person has. have to lay you down so I can get this bottle open there. I had to put some oomph into it, and now I've got a sticky part on my bottle. The label came off, so it's not so sticky. Okay. So I need to get out there before I have this. I don't have my shades, and the glare, the glare of the sun does bother me. Oh, let's see. What do I look like today? Okay. There's the mirror. Here's my little bottle of water. It's in the wrong hand, but hey. Okay, let's see. Now my hair is kind of getting frizzed out. Sorry, I can't do too many things at one time. I'm gonna change hands too. Okay, there we go. I got water in one hand and you guys in the other. I'm supposed to be drinking a lot of liquid, and I haven't been. I know I was totally switched from wherever I was because I've done something since then. So far away. Hey, hey. Okay, so the breeze. Blow my hair out of my face, okay? Do. It's just a lovely little tune, but I want something else to sing. And I got a hair on my nose. Okay, ow. I bet that's cute at night. Anyways, nice tree right there, but it's right there, man. I just hope that the roots go deep instead of spreading out. And their grass is so pretty. Over here. Anyway, I have to be careful. I have not been taking pain pills. I don't know if that's true, if this is something I'm thinking, but you know, I think you build up an immunity to them. But maybe not. Just don't want to. That might not have been the right word. A tolerance. You build up a tolerance for them, and then you need more in order to get rid of the pain. So my pain is sporadic. It's not all the time. And in order for my bone stuff to be working, I got to be drinking 64 ounces a day. One of the things I'm learning, people, is we need to be drinking. But there's Dr. Barbara O'Neill, and I can't quote her. But nevertheless, water is very important. Water is vital. Liquid. But, you know, you need to be careful what kind of liquid you're putting in your system. And I got hair in my mouth. Okay. This is that waste treatment plant. I think that's what it is. There's a big old something up there. I walked by it the other day. Okay, I will just do a quick scan. That's the last house there. And over there, there's that flowery bush. I don't know, maybe I'll walk down by there. I never know what I'm doing. Yeah. Well, things I wish to talk about. My brain was sure busy earlier, talking to me and telling me all kinds of things. But maybe if I let my mind be still, it'll pop back out, you know. Or what I'm trying to say is, right now I'm engaging my brain in other things, like walking and not falling down, and all these potholes. So I decided to go down here, change my walk a little bit, you know, down by the river, down by the waste treatment plant. Okay, now my hair's in my face. There's that, we call that a lagoon, but it is where water goes. It's full of green stuff, and my road is full of potholes. And I keep trying to get hair out of my face, so then I'm just going crooked everywhere. I'll be down here in a second, and I'll be by the woods. Now, where should I go? This goes behind the houses. We went that way the other day. I've got to fix my fingers. I gotta make sure I don't touch no buttons. When I touch the wrong button, then away you go. Or away I go. Okay, so there's a flagpole. It's a nice building. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Only 9? 10. 11? Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 11 garage doors that go up. Okay, I'm going to show you the building. It's a nice building. It's just a plain, simple building, but it's got little extras. It's got these little, I don't know what those are for. There's 3 of them on the roof. They're really too little for much of anything. You see a big vent on the one. Nevertheless, I'm just, you know, being nosy. I like buildings. I used to look for a building, you know, but you have to get a building you can afford. That building on my property in Colorado took a lot. I got a really good deal on it. However, I didn't. Because I was supposed to, he gave me a good deal thinking I was going to be able to pay cash, and I couldn't pay cash. I told him that, you know. And when I talked to the girls that did the financing end of it, they let me draw it out. So it took me a while to pay it off. But I paid, and I paid it off. So then the damn man's trying to charge me storage. And I go, listen, I know how this stuff works. You've got all these components to that building. And all you do is you take, when it's time and it's paid off, you take and you find all the components and put them together and ship it. So there's no storage of it. No, anyway, he charged me in the very beginning. He charged me for shipping. Okay, but it took me a while to pay it off. And then he charged me for shipping again. Because there you are. No, I'm not endorsing them, although it's not a bad building. And if I'd have paid, boom, boom, and it had been shipped, there wouldn't have been any problem. But he didn't treat me very well. And I guess I can't really blame him for that. But you know, people are mean and rude, and they just think you're going to take it, and you have to take it. And I did have to take it because I wanted my building. And I'd already paid for it. So I paid the shipping again. Okay, my tummy hurts. I ate a baked potato. I took a potato, Nancy, and microwaved it and ate it. Put some butter and sour cream on it. Because really, diabetics shouldn't really be eating potatoes a lot. But if you have it with a meal and you watch your portion size, I didn't watch my portion size. I took a whole, I had a whole one. But, you know, I have not been eating very well. That's probably why my tummy hurts, because it's not used to having some food in it. I'm just going to walk a little ways down here. Yes, I know. I'm going to show on the woods. Probably some of you guys don't appreciate the woods. I love it. Okay, so what you do, and this is just a thought. I don't know if it's possible. But what you do is you scan through this and you find what you like, and then you figure out how to make a mural on your walls and make it like you're in the woods. You know, your whole, every wall in a room. Understand? And then you could have some, I hear the water over there. You could have some rumbling water and maybe a little stream. They have got wonderful things they can do these days. So if you can't be in the woods, see, I was on, as far as I'm concerned, you know, my property is good for what it is, which is a wheat farm and pasture for cows. I'm going to show you. So a lot of times, they're not wanting trees, okay? But I think the animals need the trees. Myself, I need the water. And I love the moss that's on that tree. Over there, another tree. There's a lot of moss. Not as much as I have seen. But I think it's beautiful. So no, you don't need to look at mine and make a mural out of it. Because you can buy things like that. You could probably buy wallpaper like that. But I love it. I love it, I love it. Okay. I'm not really going to go very far. I'm going to go a little ways and turn around. Yeah, I did pretty good yesterday. That walk was 3 miles. I've been lucky to get up to 1.5 miles, 1.7 miles. Yeah. Okay, so I need a good song. Yeah, that's what's wrong. My tummy's not used to that. So I got a potato in my tummy. And I got walking going on. And then I got drinking water going on. And talking going on. I feel like I might need to get home. Depends on what happens with my body. I might need a potty. That rhymes, you know. Oh, my tummy hurts. I'm gonna drink water. Yeah. So what was my brain telling me this morning? You guys don't take love for granted, people. Let's see, is this where I came up? This is not where I came up. I've gotten myself lost already. No, this is where I came up. You go down that way to the river. You know, I did this the other day. I came out and got myself lost. But maybe I'm just paranoid. See, chain links, okay? I came by this lagoon. Call it a lagoon. don't know. I have to look up the meaning. I got my finger all wet, and then I got my nose all wet. And I guess I'm in the right place. I have to go a curlicue is what I'm doing. I don't remember doing the curlicue. Just that quick. Especially when you're not paying attention, huh? Because I'm too busy talking. There's the path. But there is definitely a curlicue. Because it's going to curve again. See, I'm going to go up there and curve where that fence goes up. I don't know how well you can see. And if I just do it too fast, you gotta watch out for these briar bushes. Yeah, they came along here with something and cut down those blackberry bushes. And then they had to have had some equipment or something to pick it up. Because that's a lot of briars. They're thorns. I'm calling them briars. Okay, what's going on here? I guess I'm sensitive in some places. Can't stand that hair on my face. Okay. I have to be good here. I can feel it in my bones. I see you, little Bubba's. I see you. Yeah, you're so cute. Yes, you're so cute. You're a good little doggy. I shouldn't be talking to him, huh? Because he was doing good. He was just watching the fence and not barking. And I'm going, hey, how are you today? Okay, I'm being so silly. Yeah, I know. I started to tell you guys earlier, unless that's something I was thinking about. Now, sometimes you can feel a sense of freedom. I think that's coming. It's going to be strange to have a car. And I have not called about insurance. And what else? Licensing. I want to find out what it costs to license it. And see, I just barely got my Colorado license renewed. And my property is in Colorado. I don't want to change all that. So really, I ought to call and find out about licensing my car in Colorado. What do you think? I really don't know. Takes a phone call, I guess. Because I bet if I get the insurance, see, the problem is, that's what I gotta find out too, is in Colorado, you've got to have proof of insurance to get something licensed and tagged and stuff. You know, the first time you go in, you pay sales tax and all the different things. You got to pay for the title fee and this and that. Well, I did on the truck, when I got my truck from my brother. We went to the courthouse. It's where the DMV or whatever you call it is there, where you license your vehicles, okay? And so what we did was we just went in and put the title in my name. I didn't license it. Just got the title changed over. That might be what I have to do for a minute. I hope not. I hope I can just, you know, when you live in a few places and you don't know where you're going to live, and some of these insurance companies don't want to go outside of the state, you know, like follow you. Do, 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 do. Yeah, all these trees that have leaves are going to be stems, branches with no nothings. So I guess when that happens, if I'm still here, I'll show you. So let's see, okay. I'll just stay close to her house so that I can stop. I'm gonna keep going. So what was I telling myself? And I was telling you guys earlier, put me on the TV, man. I was saying before that, put me in your ear. Ow, ow, ow. Like if you're going to go for a walk. You don't have to see me to hear me. I need to sit. This takes too much time. I need to sit and listen to my videos and with a notepad and write down the video and then figure out hashtags as I go along, because I change subjects so often. And sometimes there'll be a really great thing in there that even shocks me. You stimulate your mind and something in there pulls out a file drawer and pulls out, you're in the filing cabinet and then they pull out the file and then they open it up and then, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if you know what I'm saying, because I don't know if I know what I'm saying. This week has like disappeared. I thought yesterday was Tuesday, and my brother says, no, it's Wednesday. I'm going, what? So I'm just having a very hard time even with, dates. The day of the week. Time is passing so fast. Okay, so there's another lovely clouds, light pole, more fluffy clouds, and then there's sun over there. Sunshine, good day, sunshine. I took a walk, do. I love her and she's loving me. I feel good in a special way. Da 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 da. Good day, sunshine. Good day, sunshine. Do. Beneath the shady tree. I want to say the same thing over again. I'm loving her and she's loving me. And I feel good in such a special way. It's good to feel giddy, right? Feel like you are young when you're not. But when you look at time, then you realize even an old person is very young. And when you are resurrected, then you will be in your prime. It says that everything will be restored, okay? Like if you lost your legs or your arm or whatever, you will be in your perfect frame. And you know what? I know it's a weird thing, telling you what was in the book of Ether. The brother of Jared saw the finger of Christ. And then through a series of events, the reason he saw the finger of Christ was because he had so much faith. And what he was doing was, that's another story, but when they were building those ships to cross the oceans to get over here, they built barges and they needed to find a way to light them. And so Jesus told him to tell him how to do it. What did he want him to do? So the brother of Jared, it must have been him, maybe him and his brother, went up to the mountain and they made some stones. Molten, he said, molten rock, molten stone. And then they were clear. They were see-through, okay? And I don't know how big they were. I don't know if it says that part, but I'm gonna stop. Da-da-da. Okay, don't forget. It's brother of Jared. Okay, so through a series of events, he was rewarded with seeing all of Jesus, his whole body, with his robes, people. But nevertheless, to be able to see more than his finger and to know he's real. And what else? Now that looks good. See what they've done here? That looks really good. Okay, so I was talking about the brother of Jared. Okay, so what he did, they built those barges and stuff, and so that's how the brother of Jared wanted him to light those stones, was to touch them. Just touch each one of them, turn them to light. And then there were 8 vessels, 2 stones per vessel. So there were 16 stones. And I do not know the dimensions of the vessels, but they were big. Because the tribe of Jared, where they called the Jaredites, had to have been pretty large, but that's still just 8 vessels, 8 vessels, 16 stones. 1 on each end. And if it was me, I would take the barge and divide it into thirds. And then where the first third, like go in from the side, you go into the third, then you go into the next third. So you've got 2 stones per ship, a vessel. I can't talk. God, I have no teeth. I'm going to stop for a second. That was a helicopter. You wouldn't be able to see him if I tried to show you. Okay, now I'm on the shady side of this fence. So, the Jaredites. There's a great story that goes with that too. And that's in the Book of Mormon. And here's the dog waiting for me. I see their tails. I see you. Yeah, I do. I see you. I see both of you. Oh, don't. Is that how you do it? Okay, now he's being mean. So I gotta go. They have to use their voice to talk, but you can tell their attitude, can't you? All right. So the story about the Jaredites is it was the Tower of Babel, the times of the Tower of Babel, and God confounded the language. You've heard that story. Well, it's also in the Book of Mormon. It's in the Book of Ether. It talks about the Tower of Babel and how the languages were confounded, and they prayed. Jared went to his brother and asked him to pray to the Lord to see if they could communicate, to see if they could keep their language, okay? So at first, I'm not sure if it was just him and his brother and his families that they asked about, their children, and I guess if there was a mother or a father or whatever, maybe we'll just say immediate family, be able to communicate with each other. But then after that, he asked the brother of Jared again to go pray again, so that their friends and their friends' family could also be a part of this, where they could communicate. And imagine that went on and on. He let the family and friends join. And then he took those people out of the land. And then they made those ships to come over here. But that is the second recording. Maybe there's more out there, but that's the recording of the Tower of Babel. I don't know what the time frame for that was, because they might have done a time frame for when they translated it, and that will not tell you when that happened. But I'm pretty sure we know that it's in the Old Testament, a ways back. Just like it was weird. I did get into the Old Testament there for a bit when I was first married to Kevin. I started reading that, and that's a hard book to even read. But I did read something interesting. We hear about Noah, not Noah, we hear about that too. And that's in there too. But what was I going to say? Moses parted, I guess it was the Red Sea. He parted the sea so that they could get out of wherever they were. Egypt, okay? All the Jews had been used as slaves forever and ever. And they were waiting for a deliverer named Moses. And so, if you've ever watched the Ten Commandments, I don't know how true to fact everything is, we watch movies and we think that that's right. But, you know, they probably got the gist of it pretty good. That's really quite the movie. The Ten Commandments with Charlton Heston. Okay? I don't know what year. Let me have some more water. Earlier, I started to tell you about Dr. Barbara Neal said about drinking the water. She said you sip it. She says she has a bottle of water by her bed. And the first thing she does in the morning is drink. But she doesn't guzzle it. You sip it. And then you gradually sip more, and you do it all day long. And that's the way to get water in your body. Okay, so I'm going to have to do that. But I really was one of those people who never drank water. That's not good. So you ought to watch her stuff. I might have just posted one of her. See, when I watch a video, a lot of times it's in my history. Sometimes I remove them because they were an accident, or I just don't need them in my history. But anyway, what's the point? Okay, that's Nancy's house. I think I'm gonna go sit down. I was sitting on this not a park. I've been sitting on the porch bench, swing. It's right outside their somebody's room. So they couldn't help but hear everything I said, you know. So I have to be careful what I say. Sometimes when you think you're alone, you're not. Dandelions. Okay, here they are. We just have to think of those being good things, you know. I'm not sure what time it is, but I think that caregiver just got here. So that's a good indication that is later than you think. I'm just gonna choose happiness, that's all. But that's not so easy. Sometimes I tell you. Okay. Kids will be coming home soon is what that means. She's here at 2:15 outside. They won't be here until 2:45. I believe that's what I've heard. Okay. Well, Dad, update on Dad. Okay. He is in the hospital. But they're treating him real good, and they're finding better solutions for what these other people have been doing to him. Poor little man. Anyway, he's doing good and should be going home before long. He had a urinary tract infection and pain, and he's had a catheter in that he didn't need to have in, you know? And then they take it out, and then they put it back in. How stupid are these people? That's what they were doing before. I don't know what they've done since I left, you know? And he hasn't been in this new place very long, but he is in a new place. And he's happy. And Nathan's making it really good. It's like 5 minutes away from Nathan. And then when David is there at his place, it's so close. I don't even know if it's 1 or 2 miles. It's just really close. So that's really good. And he's had a lot of visitors from Nathan's family. You know, Dad and Mom weren't able to go to Arizona all the time. They had other things they were doing or wanting to do or whatever. Mom and Dad did go visit family a lot, and a lot of it sometimes it was on the East Coast. The family we left behind when we moved away from the East Coast. When the first time I was in the 7th grade, and it was just for a half a year. And then back to North Carolina we went for my 8th grade. And then back to Utah again for my high school years. I entered high school in Sandy, Utah. Okay. Had a very strong Southern accent, which the boys like to tease me about. I didn't know that they were flirting. I just felt like they were being mean. And I worked really hard to get rid of that accent. Every once in a while I'll say something, but I do say words from back there. But like Coke. Coke. How would you say? A Coke. A Coke. I don't know. I used to say it pretty weird. Just a Southern accent, that's all. Makes you wonder how come it's like that. How come everybody talks different wherever they are? Like in New York, there's definitely an accent for people there. And not just people there. There's several places there that have a whole different accent. So maybe it's their spin on, that's what it could be. When they come from other countries and they settle in one area, a group of them come and they settle in one area, and then maybe that's how their English sounds and their own slang, because we talk a lot of slang. I'm a slang person. I'm a lot of different things, and in my talking, I try to show pictures sometimes, and I take phrases from here, there, and everywhere. Even Bill and Ted, most excellent type of thing, I'm sure that came from there. And party on, dude. Those are phrases in my vocabulary, is what I'm trying to say. So when you go to make sentences and you're trying to make sense of what you're saying and stuff, you draw from things like that, okay? Songs, I do that with songs. And I've found when I'm trying to express myself lately, there's always a love song that is saying the same thing I'm trying to say. And so as I'm writing it or typing it, whatever, I'm pulling from that too. And then I have noticed, I'm going to start using it. Because you run out of words. You run out of your own words when you're trying to express yourself. You want to come up with something new, that means something true. See, I'm making rhymes up. But it's true. You want to express yourself, but you want to change your words a little bit. And so there you are. What are you going to say? So you find something that says what you want to say, and then you use it. And I have come across a couple of poems lately on my feed that have been used in letters to me, okay? So they're not always your words. You just chose to use them, which means a lot, okay? You went to the effort to do that. But I'm going to do the same thing, because these things, I've been saving, when I see something really apropos, I've been snatching it, meaning I screenshot it. I make it, I save, I don't even screenshot some of them, because I've learned all you got to do is hit those 3 dots up on the right top. There's 3 dots, and then it gives you an option to save that photo. So all you got to do is touch that, and it saves it to your camera roll. So the only problem is you got to be careful what you fill up your camera roll with. I keep running out of storage. I've got a lot of things I have to clean up in there. Like duplicates and maybe even triplicates. Who knows? It's hard for me to find a picture of myself in my camera roll to send to somebody, because I'm not there. There's somebody else there. Anyway, okay, so I'm in the house. Kids are not home yet. They'll be home. I've got a little time. And I'm doing good now that I'm sitting in the house. I bet I didn't walk very far. But I'm glad that I did 3 miles yesterday, and I will plan on doing that again. And what I'm going to do is I can just plan to walk to town to where McDonald's is, okay? And that's right when you first get to town, pretty much. So I could go in there and have a drink like someone suggested, or I could have my, they probably have different sizes of the McFlurries. So I don't know what that would cost for the little one. But even the one that we've been getting seems pretty small, but it is very satisfying. Sometimes, you just want more because it tastes so good. It's like, oh my God. So I try to tell people to savor, slow down. Don't gobble it down. Slow down, take a mouthful, enjoy the taste. Because once you finish that, it's gone. So let's see if we can correlate that to love. I don't know if you can, but you do need to savor it. You need to savor it, and you need to remember what it's like to not have somebody, and want somebody that's just right for you. And it's impossible because there's nobody just right for you. I am mostly just right for you. But it's that one part. There's just something that will get in the way. You people out there, our generations, because all of them are affected, have been affected by things that we didn't like from before. There's a lot of things going on that's not right. And when you want to join with another, it's real important that you believe the same or similar or are open to what the other person believes. And then also your morals. The morals of today have gone astray. That rhymed. But they have, okay? Commitment to one person and one person only. And you don't give your most sacred things to other people. And you certainly don't show your stuff or touch another. Okay? You know what I'm saying. Some people think they have a right to do that because it means nothing to them, because they've been so exposed to it all their life that it's nothing. So you need someone who feels the same, baby. That's not me. Total commitment. Total commitment. There is no other. There is no other option for it to work. So we'll stop on that subject. I'm getting personal here. It's just true, people. If you're going to embark on a relationship, what are you bringing to the table? What are you willing to change? Now, I'm not saying love somebody and then change them, but there's some circumstances that have to. Or, it just can't be. And that's what's really sad. I can't. what would be the word? I was going to say, I can't conform to that way of thinking. It's totally against everything that I believe. So there you go. It's real important, you know, for honesty. Honesty is real important in what you believe and what you want, where you're headed, and what are your goals. Telling you people out there that when you're embarking on relationships, that's something you really should attend to. And I know in the beginning, you know, you're just testing the waters and you're just having fun with somebody and really, I need something to put this on, okay. I'll have to stop talking here pretty soon, and I am in the dark, aren't I? I'm gonna put you on this candle. So, relationships. I'm not an expert by any means, but what I do know is love should be number one. Respect, openness. You guys don't realize, I think you just don't realize, and I hear this word open marriage. Why get married? Because you know it's going to break up. You bring sex with other people into your relationship. Are you crazy in the head? You people that are bored with your marriages. You know, they had swingers way back when. Way back when I was first married and I was only 17. And I'm 70, so that would be, we'll just round it down or whatever and say 50 years. 50 years ago, swingers were going on. There were movies about it. You go to the drive-in theater and there's these 4 people in bed. You know. Anyway, I was married at the time, but I just couldn't believe it. And that is the way it is, and I'm sure it hasn't changed. You know, I could tell all kinds of stories. I went out this one night with a guy, and we had been together before. I mean, he lived with me before, I think. And then we went out. He was a biker guy. But that just means he rode bikes, okay, and hung out with people who rode bikes. But what was the point of that little story? We got together for like a date. What an idiot. I just don't understand people. Okay, you know what he did? This is interesting, okay, and this was a very long time ago. My daughter was very young. She was like 2, between 2 and 3 maybe. I was living in a duplex. And what is the point? Okay, this guy took me on a date. He took me into a neighborhood. We were on a bike. He took me into a neighborhood, you know, just like this one. So there was parking and stuff. It wasn't just like this one, but I'm just saying it was a nice neighborhood and a nice big house. Everybody in there was naked. I'm just saying. I don't know. I was appalled. I was shocked. They weren't like all beautiful people, okay? There was a really quite obese woman, naked, sitting on the floor. Anyway, I don't know what you would call one of those things. Open sex. Why would he take me there? Oh my God. Anyway, we weren't there long. I don't really remember much except for being so shocked. I'm just saying, you never know what's going on in your own neighborhood, people. But they would have had to have parking. We were on a bike, so that didn't take up much room. But still, it was probably on a piece of land. It was probably on a place where there was room. But I don't remember seeing any of that. I don't remember that. I just remember the inside of that house. Oh, God. I'm sure there's still stuff like that going on. And I don't know what's going on with venereal disease these days, but it was pretty rampant. Pretty rampant. If you were having sex with more than one person and you don't know where that person's been, and it happens. And there was all that. I mean, I went to a party after the bar one night, and they were doing the same thing. They weren't all naked, but they were dividing up who's going to be with who, so they could go have sex. Just sex, No love intention involved. That brings emotions into play too. Anyway, it's just amazing to me the things that are going on in the world. And that was so long ago. So what's going on now? Has it increased or has it decreased? I know the people the people are continually multiplying, right? I mean, I don't think our population has gone down. It would be nice if we had quality people. You know what I'm trying to say, people? Where you keep yourself clean. Keep yourself for your mate, even though it just seems like you're not going to ever find them. But see, I didn't do that. I mean, I did. I got married a week after I turned 17. By the time I'd been married 6 years, I was divorced with a baby. And a lot of heartbreak. And a lot of things that happened over those years. Heartbreak. So anyway, don't want to talk about that either. I don't know why I even went down that road. But the point is, I was talking to somebody yesterday, and she'll be here before long, but walk the walk. If you say you are a Christian, act like it. She didn't say that, but that's basically what it means. And every church she's ever gone to, they don't. They act like they're Christians and stuff, but they're not, because you can tell by their actions. I mean, they will tell you they're a Christian, but you can tell by their actions that they are not. Because to be a Christian, you have to live your life like Christ. And he wouldn't do all these mean things. And he would care for everybody. He would try to help everybody, but you can't help everybody. And people will take advantage of you. But you know what I'm trying to say. Don't be mean. I'm sitting here looking way down because I got you down on the counter. So how far have we gone? 1 hour and 8 minutes. That's about normal. I'm going to start doing shorts here in a little while, but I've got so much to do. I got one thing off my list yesterday. I got the package mailed. Yay. I still haven't bought stamps, but and I was at the post office. I should have bought stamps. But I got that mailed anyway. And I am going to go downtown again. But now I know a little bit more about sitting down on that bench. The post office is further down the road, though. But I'm thinking I could just go to McDonald's. Go into McDonald's, have my McFlurry, and then walk back home. Perfect little field trip. I think that's a good idea. Not going to do that today. I did already go walk, right? I need to go walk again. They're going to be in here. If they're not, I hear noise. Well, that's somebody else. Devin, that's Devin. But I do need to start drinking water. And I've decided, I haven't done it yet, but I've decided I'm going to have to take all my pills at one time. Because I'm forgetting to take pills. And my treatments won't work without them. That's what I hear. So no water, no pills. Bad Mary Lou. I've got to get concentrated. Concentrate, girl. I am going to put an ad together, and it is going to go in the paper next week. I'm going to put it down in Hayes. I need to actually be looking at other places, not just Hayes, but that's a Hayes paper. It'll go out twice a week. And she gave me an excellent deal, I think. But see, I didn't ask her about if I do it so many times, you know. But I just got to come up with the right words, make it small and condensed, grab somebody's attention. I mean, I would be grabbed if I saw it and I wanted to live in Downs, because there's not a lot of places to live in Downs. And not only that, I have the little house with the nice sized lot that needs help. And then I have a vacant lot on Main Street where you can have a little business. And it's such a little town, not that many people, you could bring a service to town and you'd have a job. The problem is going out and finding a job, you might not be able to. But if you can create one, or if you don't need one, you know, say that you're retired, say that you're on disability. You fix that little house up, it won't cost much to do. It'll be really nice. And then you've got a place to live without paying rent, and you own the land. You know, there are nice trailers out there. Even these old trailers are going for a lot of money. So you buy the trailer, but you never get away from the lot rent unless you buy a place that's on its own property. So that is an amazing thing, and I need to remember that. So many decisions. The house has come alive. Anyway, so I probably should stop. I don't like to stop. Okay, I will stop. Maybe I'll do some reading here after a while. Go see if there was something. Okay, here. I was listening to, because I told you guys I put myself on my TV. So you can put me up on the TV and have me real loud. But really, I don't have to have me real loud. It's nice to have it come out of the TV and I can turn it up. What was the point? Okay, Helaman. Go look for Helaman 10 on Lou's Touch. And actually it might say Helaman 10 read by Lou on Lou's Touch. That's what you need to say. And then it might pop up. You'll put it in your search bar when you're on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
Is it empty?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Okay, I should go do my thing. I'm not sure what that is, but I'm going to go to my room.